Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today, we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, I hope everybody's having a beautiful day or a beautiful night, wherever you guys are watching this from. We have a lot to go over here. So, first and foremost, let's talk about the big news. So, right at the all-time highs, basically, we're percentages away from new all-time highs. We've seen the big players, Jamie Dimon, even Elizabeth Warren, all coming together and saying, crypto's a scam, we need to close it down. Oh, where have we heard this before? Oh yeah, that's right. Every single cycle before we get to new all-time highs, every single cycle to divert attention away, to scare the general public sheep, it happens every single damn time. The big question for all of you out there watching, are you a part of the sheep? Or are you going against the herd and saying, I don't care about any of this nonsense from these people? I think I know the answer to that one. But comment down below what you guys think. As we look at these individuals like Jamie Dimon and even Elizabeth Warren, we know why they want crypto shut down, while they work on their own blockchain-based technologies. They don't want to say goodbye to their monopoly system that they enrich themselves from. Hell, Elizabeth Warren is worth over $10 million by herself, with a salary of less than $200,000 a year. It's insane. And of course, Jamie Dimon, this guy doesn't have to worry about money at all. He runs the biggest monopoly of the banking system. But listen closely to this video, because it's very interesting. Very interesting. Just in, JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon says he would close down Bitcoin and crypto if he were the government. The only true use case for it is criminals, drug traffickers, money laundering, tax avoidance as well.
I've always been deeply opposed to crypto, Bitcoin, etc. You pointed out the only true use case for it is criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance, and that is a use case because it is somewhat anonymous, not fully, and because you can move money instantaneously, and because it doesn't go through, as you mentioned, all these systems have built up over many years, know your customer, sanctions, OFAC, they can get bypass all of that. If I was the government, I'd close it down.
Okay.
I've always been.
And again, all he's doing is force-feeding Elizabeth Warren what she wants to hear. Because, again, she's a pro-banker. Her and Brad Sherman were essentially in bed together, and these are the biggest pro-bankers out there. But also, Gabriel Gerbex, I hope that I'm saying that name correctly, actually put out a tweet regarding this video. And we do see JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon, the only true use case for it is criminals, drug traffickers, money laundering, tax avoidance. The data since 2000, regulators fined banks 7,400 plus times, totaling to fines of $380 billion plus. Banks should stay silent. Here we have regulatory data and evidence since 2000. Regulators fined banks 7,400 plus times, totaling fines of $380 plus billion, with JP Morgan coming in second with $39 billion worth of penalties and 269 records. JP Morgan Chase parent company is the second most penalized financial institution, with close to $40 billion in fines for 272 violations since 2000. Jamie Dimon is in no position to criticize Bitcoin with this sort of track record. They should start the hearing with these stats. Top 5 primary offense types of JP Morgan Chase parent company, which is the second most penalized financial institution with close to $40 billion in fines for 272 violations. Well, here you guys have them. Toxic securities abuses, 7. Investor protection violations, 79. Mortgage abuses, 5. Banking violation, 14. Consumer protection violation, 42. Beyond all the stats above, I can't imagine how betrayed the hundreds of JP Morgan employees who worked and work on Bitcoin and digital assets for nearly a decade must feel now. Jamie's comments must be demoralizing to all those employees and many more clients, to say the least. And yeah, it's ridiculous to say the least here. Also, we see over here from 360 Trader. Do you guys remember this article? This is from CNN. JP Morgan fined $4 million for deleting 47 million emails, including some requested in subpoenas. Oh yeah, that's right. Just fine them $4 million. And this is just recently. This is June of this year. But yeah, close down crypto. Dude, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Also, check this out. Mr. Huber, JP Morgan is now full circle again. And it happens every single damn time. Look at the images here. Jamie Dimon would close down Bitcoin if he were in government, December 6th. Over here, January 9th, 2018. Jamie Dimon says he regrets calling Bitcoin a fraud and believes in the technology behind it. This is during the bear market. Or at least right after the top of 2018, at least. Down here, December 8th, 2017. Jamie Dimon, I'm open-minded uses of crypto with regulation. If properly controlled and regulated, Dimon tells CNBC. JP Morgan CEO slams Bitcoin as a hyped-up fraud and pet rock. And by the way, look at some of the dates on this. If I zoom in, this is from January 19th, 2023, right at the start of the big bull run, aka we just wanted to buy cheap Bitcoin. May 22nd, 2020, JP Morgan CEO held secret meetings with Coinbase CEO. Again, as we look at what's actually happening here, it's so damn clear. This is the biggest manipulator of crypto out there. And guess who he is working with? Oh yeah, that's right. He's working with BlackRock. We know this. Back in October 11th specifically, JP Morgan debuts tokenization platform BlackRock among key clients. And again, this is all regarding tokenization of traditional assets, turning them into digital assets, and making it way faster for more secure on-chain settlements. And again, if we look at all of the players tied to this, it's all major banking clients. But this is no new news. We know JP Morgan has been working on many blockchain and DLT and tokenization things. It's insane how they have been doing this behind the scenes while down talking Bitcoin and crypto and this and that. Over here from XRP Drops, JP Morgan is now full circle again. See post below. Here's CNBC. This is on to, well, yesterday-ish, if you will. JPM CEO Jamie Dimon blasts crypto in Senate hearing. And this is 1 minute and 21 seconds long. They're going to note the video that I just played, but it's also CNBC's words as well.
Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon says the government should put a stop to crypto. In a Senate Banking Committee hearing on Wednesday, Senator Elizabeth Warren asked Dimon to explain why crypto is a, quote, attractive tool for terrorists, drug traffickers, and rogue nations. This is how he responded.
I've always been deeply opposed to crypto, Bitcoin, etc. You pointed out the only true use case for it is criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance, and that is a use case because it is somewhat anonymous, not fully, and because you can move money instantaneously, and because it doesn't go through, as you mentioned, all these systems have been built up over many years, know your customers, sanctions, OFAC, they can bypass all of that. If I was the government, I'd close it down.
Jamie Dimon has famously been opposed to crypto for years, telling CNBC Bitcoin is a hyped-up fraud at the beginning of this year. Finally, the IRS says it's chasing more and more crypto tax evasion. The agency's Criminal Investigation Division released its annual report this month, where it said that increased use of digital assets has coincided with a rise in digital asset tax investigations. The agency said those investigations consist of unreported income from capital gains, mining income and wages, gambling payouts, and rental income paid in crypto. The IRS also said it's seeing taxpayers fail to disclose ownership of crypto in an attempt to shield holdings. Morgan Chase.
So there you guys have it. And again, all of this is a manipulative move on JP Morgan's side. Listen, when we know what their game is, it's so easy to spot. We've seen this meme get posted by Plan B. Bitcoin is a fraud. What price did we get in at? And I know that it kind of seems comical, but this is the truth. Like, as we really look at what's been happening around this space, we know what they have been doing. But we also know that they're trying to downplay legit things within the space. They're trying to talk down on things because at the end of the day, this video comes to mind that got posted by Not Financial Advice, Crypto. I think we all know the real reason Jamie Dimon hates crypto. Cryptocurrency does not seek to replace currency. It's a bad name. Cryptocurrency seeks to replace banking. This is Brian Brooks.
Cryptocurrency does not seek to replace currency. It's a bad name. Cryptocurrency seeks to replace banking. The core things that banks have done since the 1300s, those are going to go away, 100%. And let's just be clear what I mean by that. The reason that we even have banks originated in Italy around the year like 1340, all right? And the reason they originated was because of a set of accounting advances that allowed banks to serve as trusted intermediaries between parties that owed each other money. Before that, literally, I would write you a note and I would promise to pay you money and you'd put the note in your pocket and you'd see if anybody else would take the note. You know, that's why we refer to discounting notes. And then banks arose and it was like, you no longer need to do that. We'll take care of it for you, but you're going to have to pay us to do that. That function of needing a trusted intermediary to maintain ledgers of account to figure out, do I owe Brooks money or does Brooks owe me money? It turns out that function no longer has to be done by human beings. The same way we don't need postal clerks anymore. I can send you an email for free and it's instant and that's just the end of the post office. Sorry, but it just is. That function will go away. What's going to be left for banks is the high value add services, you know, structured finance, investment advisory, you know, all of the things that make a dynamic economy function. We still need people to do that. There's a lot of creativity going on in finance. But the core of banking, the base of the pyramid, the thing that drives most of their revenue, doesn't need to exist. And that's why I say, and I was saying to one of the organizers even before we stood up on this panel, cryptocurrency does not seek to replace currency. It's a bad name. Cryptocurrency seeks to replace banking. Just if you take nothing from this panel but that's what you need to understand.
And that's where the illogical sense of being a Bitcoin maxi really gets you, right? All of these Bitcoin maxis are running around like chickens with their head cut off, saying, Bitcoin's going to replace the banks. Bitcoin's going to replace this. Bitcoin's going to do that. These are the same people that fail to mention that JP Morgan, BlackRock, the largest institutions out there, already have their hand in the pot on Bitcoin. I mean, think about it like this, right? Imagine somebody jumping into this space, investing, I don't know, $5 billion into Bitcoin, right? They hold a very large position now. They can control a certain percentage of it. Even the miners that are holding the most hash power are the ones in control. Bitcoin is not decentralized. It's the same exact thing with Ethereum. Ethereum is not decentralized. When we're talking about how Bitcoin's going to do this, Bitcoin's going to do that, it has major flaws within the system. Bitcoin as itself is flawed. I didn't step away from the traditional payment means to go back in time to send a transaction that's going to take an hour, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours. And then also that payment is going to cost me a significant amount in fees. Where in the world is that going to replace banks? Where in the world is that going to replace anything? Bitcoin will be replaced. And yes, I do mean that. And in my opinion, I do believe that Bitcoin has already been replaced. We're just waiting for the uprising. But as we do look at crypto, yeah, cryptocurrency does have a bad name. Just like Brad Garlinghouse said, I don't like calling it cryptocurrency. I like calling them digital assets. Because at the end of the day, it's no longer cryptocurrency. And this is not going to replace any currency. Just like Brad Garlinghouse says, it can truly improve our traditional system. And yeah, I don't think that we need banks. I don't think that we need Jamie Dimons running around. I don't think that we need JP Morgans out there in the world, because at the end of the day, these are major frauds hiding behind a suit and a name. That's all it is. We know that they're frauds because we have the facts. We have the reports. And a lot of these major banks are frauds. And that's where crypto does come into play. Because when we start to see everything in a very transparent manner, well, guess what? Now these big banks can't hide. They can't hide the manipulation. They can't hide what they've been doing. And by the way, think about how crazy it is where JP Morgan is being fined $4 million for deleting 47 million emails, while Ripple had to fight for $200 million against a rogue government agency that is trying to bankrupt retail investors. And yes, I do mean that, because $15 billion in damages upon the release of the Ripple XRP lawsuit back in December of 2020 speaks volumes to who the SEC actually is protecting. This shows you favoritism within our system. It also shows you how much money can actually buy you. JP Morgan has the regulators. He has them by the strings. He is the puppet master. It's the same exact reason why we see these meetings where these pro bankers like Elizabeth Warren are the ones bringing up these ridiculous statements on how Bitcoin and crypto is only utilized for criminals and drug traffickers and money laundering and tax avoidance. Like, people don't get paid in cash. People don't use cash for drug trafficking. People don't use cash for money laundering. What has our government utilized cash for? Oh yeah, that's right. Weaponizing our country. Going overseas. What do we do overseas? Oh yeah, that's right. We commit war crimes. When we really look at what's been happening in the last 100 plus years and even further back, the number one tool for all of this is fiat currency, not cryptocurrency. These individuals like Elizabeth Warren are living in a fairy tale land where they think that the fiat dollar and fiat currency is like incredible. And the only reason why they think that is because they want to be able to hide their backdoor deals, hide how they generated so much wealth while making percentages of what they're actually worth. And the same goes for all of these major bankers and even these Senate and congressional members. They're all corrupt. They're all manipulating markets. The only reason why half of these people are worth what they are worth is because they are getting paid off. They're getting paid to say certain things. They're doing insider trading. It's ridiculous. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on if there's more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Peace out.